Finally, the All Progressives Congress APC has inaugurated a 223-member presidential campaign council ahead of the 2027 general elections. The council brings together party leaders and other political figures who are expected to drive the party's campaign as President Bola Tinubu seeks another term in office. With the APC now putting its campaign machinery in place, the development signals a more organized transition from political positioning to the actual mobilization for 2027. Finally, the APC has inaugurated a 223-member presidential campaign council. Now, what does the size and composition of this council tell you about how seriously the party is approaching the 2027 elections?
Even though the APC has the advantage of incumbency, they've got the men, they've got the materials, they are taking these elections very seriously. A population of about 230 million people in 36 states. I'm even surprised that the campaign council is not larger. It's not bigger. But I'm sure they must have arranged and organized themselves in such a way that they will be able to cover the vast majority of the political space for campaigns in Nigeria. So I think that though they are the incumbent party, the ruling party, they are taking the elections very, very, very seriously because they have issues that may not have been addressed in the nearly 4 years of the APC's rule, which the opposition parties, may want to capitalize upon. And so, realizing that, they are putting in every effort to ensure that they emerge victorious. And so, this campaign committee.
All right, Garba, you heard what Bonale just said now. He said, look, a country of 230 million people and a 223-member council campaign committee, that is still not enough. He feels the number should be larger. Do you share the same sentiment? And what strategy do you think the APC is deploying in this regard?
Mark, when the stakes are high, legends are made. Let me start by congratulating Abdulaziz Yari, Senator Abdulaziz Yari, for being appointed the DG of this campaign ahead of many others. But again, if you go through the list, I went through the list and I found that 25% of those on that list can help Mr. President to deliver. But we'll have an excess baggage of about 75%.
Right.
Mark, why do I say that? You see, we knew from the start that at the end of the day, when this list will be released, it's going to be made up of people who are loyal and at the same time ready to, sing good song to Mr. President. Yeah, yes, all is well. But again, if you go deep down, how many of them deliver in the various offices they occupy? Until you realize, I want to put this test to Mr. President. Let him send it back to maybe a mock kind of exercise in their localities. Several of them made attempt to even come out to contest as a governorship aspirants in their state. Were they able to get the ticket? Did they even qualify in the first place? And that is why, if you look at that list, there's a huge burden on Abdulaziz Yari. And at the same time, Mr. President should not rely on the present PCC that was released. I think there should be a second option. And the second option, just like Bonale said, expanding it should be that you activate the organs, at least the support groups. There should be a particular support group that will align with the vision of Mr. President to campaign vigorously at the grassroots. Because most of the names you see there, they are the elites, made up of maybe some loyalists and all that, trying to reward them to come on board as, okay, let's just have your name be celebrated across board. But beyond that, there's politicking. Beyond that, you must go to the trenches. And that is why I filtered that list. 75% of that may not deliver for Mr. President, and Mr. President should not in any way depend or rely on the names that have been bandied before him.
All right.
There's more to it than me, the eye mark. That's my own part.
Thank you very much. Now, in 30 seconds, you heard him. He is not really pleased with the list because he feels that the real core individuals that should participate in the grassroots were not reflected there. What strategy do you think they should deploy now to actually harness this process?
Well, I think they are going to have sub-campaign committees at the states and at the local government levels.
Okay.
These ones are just the 223 member campaign council are like national overseers.
Okay.
And they must be responsible for each state. Certain number of them will be in charge of each state, and they will have local government to the ward coordinators and state coordinators. So I think there's a larger campaign council coming in at each state and at each local government level
to do that,
so that they can penetrate to the grassroots.
Thank you very much, Bonani Lugbani, for your time on the show. Appreciate you. And this is where we drop the ball.
Thank you.
And of course, Ibrahim Garba, it's always a pleasure having you on our show. Thank you so much for coming.